Welcome to the Book Talk Babes podcast, where we will be discussing different book-related topics and occasionally specific books. This episode will contain explicit language and may contain spoilers, so please check the episode description for a list of books that were spoiled. My name is Ashley, and today I'm joined by my two lovely friends, Elaine.
Hello.
And Liana.
I'm doing my best.
Hopefully our Wi-Fi's all make it through this. Thank you, returning listeners. Welcome, new ones. Happy Pride Month.
Oh, yes. Pride Month.
Happy Pride to all who celebrate.
I have I don't know. I think it's just a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
But we have had 2 rectal foreign bodies at work this week.
So they
people
started.
People, I beg you, this is a PSA. Please, 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 please just buy the proper toys. Please do not use your electric razor
Oh my god.
without the head on it.
Ugh.
And please don't use some sort of weird handmade wax thing. Okay? Okay.
Like
I can
a
send y'all
candle?
pictures if you want to see. Huh?
Like a candle?
It looks like it's made out of candle wax, but like it was like thick. So,
Oh dear.
yeah. Those are just the ones we got this week. Please go to the proper websites. They do discreet shipping.
Yeah.
Go to Adam and Eve. Wildflower. There's so many.
Was it Belisa?
Yeah, Belisa.
And they're always having like some sort of deal. I follow their
Yeah.
Instagram and they're always having like
Same.
deals.
Everything is
Yeah.
always on sale.
Yeah.
That's my anal toy PSA for the podcast.
Wow.
Yeah. We don't get many of those. So the fact that we got 2 in 1 week, we're like, what?
Speaking of anal, I got back on Bumble.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Did you see the thing I sent you on TikTok? The like
Are you talking about
DFW,
the DFW
face group?
Yes.
Facebook group.
Oh, yeah. Are we dating the same guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
can't believe
it. I used to, but then I deleted my Facebook. But yeah. There were like 50 posts a day, and it was too much.
that's just
On that group.
ridiculous.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
And it was always the same men. Always the same men. Like, I get stories like, hey, are we dating? Like, hey, I like this guy. We have a date for Friday. Give me the tea. And then 20 women will post under it like, oh, he's a narcissist, or oh, he SA'd me, or oh, that's my baby daddy, or like, oh, that guy gave me an STD, or like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy. He was dating 5 other women while we were dating and having unprotected sex with all of us.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Lovely.
Like, I lose hope for men every day of my life. Like, if you've managed to snatch one now, you know, I think you were on like the last ship out or something. Because all that's left for the rest of us.
lifeboat.
Yeah. All that's left for the rest of us is not great. Like, people say it looks like men who like snuck onto Earth or something. Or everyone's trying to do like ethical non-monogamy, and
Mhm.
I'm not about that life. But there was a post from someone that said they went on a couple dates. I think they were like on the 4th date or something. And the girl was like, I'm looking for long-term commitment and I want a life partner. And then the guy's like, well, I should tell you something. And she's like, oh, great, what? He's like, I'm polyamorous. And she's like, I told you ahead of time when we started talking, before our first date, that what I wanted. And you thought it was a good idea to continue on fully knowing you're polyamorous.
You can have a long-term commitment. I have a friend that's married and they're poly.
Yeah, but she wants one to herself. She wants monogamy.
She wants monogamy. Okay.
Yeah, she wanted monogamy, and she emphasized this with this guy while they were talking.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, why didn't you tell me in the first place? And he's like, because when I tell people I'm non-monogamous, they always judge me, and then they never talk to me again. It's like, well, not being very ethical, are we? If you're only telling me on the 4th date that you have a wife and a girlfriend. Like, that's not cool. And somehow she was the problem.
No, that's frowned upon communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somehow she was the problem because he was like, you're just being judgmental. And she's like, no, I'm pissed that you lied to me, fully knowing what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, no hits yet. And now Bumble limits the amount of likes you can do.
Oh, interesting.
And
is that to like, what's the purpose of that?
It's supposed to encourage conscious swiping. And it's like, well,
okay.
No. Because I moved to a different part of the city. And I thought, like, let's see what's around here. And I've gotten, I've cast my line out, no bites yet. And then Bumble's like, well, you're out of likes, so you have to wait to be more conscious of your swiping. Like, but
okay.
But no one's liking me. What am I supposed to do? So I'm in this weird like limbo space with Bumble right now. And of course Bumble's like, well, you could pay for our paywall. And I'm like, hell no.
Oh, that's
hell
not
no.
fun.
I'm not paying for anything, Bumble. No. But it looks like there's a lot of people around my new neighborhood that like to go outside and walk. So maybe I'll start walking.
Yeah.
Also, I live next to a graveyard now, which is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
They have events.
I remember that.
They have events
at the
during
graveyard?
the month of October. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I've got nothing exciting going on right now.
Nope.
I don't think.
Sometimes that's good.
No. Yeah. No, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. It's like I have peace in my life right now.
Yeah, I do not want excitement right now. Okay, so today's topic.
Oh yeah, we're doing I forgot.
Again, it's not too late to switch it. I haven't said what it is yet.
No, it's okay. We're fine. We're good. I was like, oh yeah, that's the whole reason for this podcast.
I mean, if y'all want to meet some other time and not record to talk just about life, we can. This gives me unlimited non-recorded video chats. So,
well, I thought the people would want to know how my bumbling is going.
Well, yeah, no, you're gonna have to
like,
keep us updated now
yeah,
from
all
moving
all
forward.
50 people are really invested in my love life.
Okay, so gonna just kind of be talking about Elaine sent me a TikTok about people printing out, binding, and selling fanfic on Etsy.
Oh.
And that's always, yeah, it's been like, I've seen it before, and I follow a lot of people that read a lot of fanfic, so they're very against it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, how do you, I don't think it's right. I don't think they should be able to do that. And
especially since like they put out that fan fiction for free,
yeah,
and you're sort of like, I guess, like abusing that for in a way. Like,
definitely, because it's not like the people that are writing it are the ones that are printing it out and binding it,
yeah,
which would still be kind of illegal because it is copyright
yeah,
material.
they're getting no profit
But
for it because they put it out for free, and other people are sort of taking advantage of that and selling it and making profit.
yeah, and they're not cheap either.
No.
Like, I have all the stuff to rebind books. And yeah, you can get cheap stuff, but if you're gonna sell it, like, you can't get
Wait,
cheap stuff.
so hold on. They're rebinding already published books and selling them, or they're writing fanfics? Oh.
They're printing
so
out fanfics.
They're printing fanfics that other people have written.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
People are doing that?
They're
Oh my god.
Yes, people are downloading the fanfic the files from, AO3 or wherever,
Mm-hmm.
printing them out, sewing them up, binding them or whatever, and selling them on Etsy for like hundreds of dollars. So
That's
like,
messed
not
up.
only is the person like writing the fanfic not getting any of that money, which again, it's technically content that they could be sued over by whoever
Yeah.
the original maker of the characters are. And then yeah, people are taking that free content and making a profit off of it.
Mm.
Which is really fucked up.
So who do they list as the authors then?
They list the fanfic writer, whatever their account name is.
Yeah, I think.
Huh.
So it'll say like, what's her name? There's like one that's like Love Bitka something. And so it'll be like whatever the title of the fanfic is by Love Bit, whatever.
So how did we find this out? How did we find out this was a thing?
So I found out about it because I follow a lot of people that read fanfic, and I've seen them post about like how it's wrong and how people shouldn't be buying it or whatever. And I know people who, like, I get it. You read something, you love it, you want the physical copy on your shelf, and there's no way to do that with fanfic. But like, I know somebody who wanted copies of, fanfic books on their shelf, so they learned like bookbinding so they could just print out copies for themselves.
Yeah, I think that's how it started.
I think is fine. Yeah,
bookbinding became a really popular thing, and people are like, "Oh, hold on, let me turn this off."
Just keep going when that happens.
But it's like loud in my ear when it dings. Did you hear the ding? No. Oh, there's yeah, my email app was off, and it like dinged in my ear, and it was really loud. So I was like, let me turn this off.
You're like, let me turn this off. I'm like, I don't know what you're turning off, but okay.
Or let me just close out the app. What was I saying? Sorry.
We're talking about like people that learned bookbinding to be able to bind these things themselves.
Yeah, and then like because at first I saw a lot of people doing it for themselves because they like loved this fan fiction. I've seen people bookbinding as like gifts for their friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess people took that and was just like, oh, let's start selling stuff. Or start selling it because I thought it was a really, really good idea. But at first it started off with just like gifts and for themselves, which is like fine because you're not like,
no one's
making a profit off of
that.
it. Yeah.
But that's where like it gets like, I mean, I haven't looked at the prices of some of them, but like I feel, of course, also they're sewing the pages and whatnot. I haven't done any of that yet. So I'm sure that's time consuming, but I just don't know if the materials are like worth the price that people are selling for. Let's see. So like people are selling like bound copies of Manacled for like this one's $228.
What? Let me see what that book cover looks like.
Because it's the cover, so it's like it's bound and it has sprayed edges.
Is there any type of design on it, or it's just like sprayed?
Yeah, I'm sending you the link.
Let's see this. I bet it's horrible.
It's originally $285. It's on sale for 20% off right now.
Wait, I thought, wasn't the person who wrote Manacled also going to publish it?
Well, so
yeah,
she's taking it down off of the fanfic websites, and so basically what happens is she's going to have to rewrite bits and pieces and change character names and whatnot in order to publish it.
And I think it's going to be called something else now. I don't think
it's going to have a different name.
Yeah, it's going to have a different name.
Oh, I don't like this. It's not that, I mean, the art is not that good, personally. But, oh, I want to look at the reviews. What do the reviews say? Ugh. This is beautiful. It's perfect. It arrived quickly. Happy to add to my bookshelf. Or it's a 3-star. I want to see a 3-star. I would never, if I had expendable income, I would not pay for this.
I mean, that's just one of them.
I'm seeing a few other ones, and they're like 100 plus.
Yeah, like you just took this author's work and they're not even being compensated for it.
Yeah, no, and I mean they can't like it, like if that's like someone wrote a fanfic of one of the Akatar books, and they like wrote the whole thing from Reese's point of view. Like if SJM wanted to, she could sue them to make them take it down or whatever, send them a cease and desist kind of thing because it's copyright characters. And that's another thing. It's like a lot of people in the fanfic community don't think that you should rate the ones that are on like Goodreads. So, well, I guess they're okay with you rating it if it's a good rating, but if you're going to do a bad rating, they're like, don't rate it because it's fanfic. And I'm like, I mean, if you write something and you put it out there, I feel like you are opening yourself up to criticism of some kind.
So it made me think of this photographer. His name is Richard Prince. Yes. He blew up screenshots of other people's Instagram pictures, hung them at the Frieze Art Fair, in New York, and sold almost all of them for $90,000 each. And the people in those pictures were never compensated.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, he just took random pictures from Instagram.
No.
Yeah, he sold the photos without permission or even like the knowledge of the people he took the photos from.
That's
but then like that means like that person spent like $100K on an Instagram screenshot.
Yeah, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, so how did he get caught?
Well, he didn't really get caught because he had like a public art sale. Like he opened it in an art show, and then he sold the works, and it's not really illegal.
Okay. That's true. I mean, yeah, it's not like we copyright our photos or anything.
This wasn't recent. It was maybe about 8 years ago. But it just made me think of that when you were talking about people
it's totally the
printing.
same.
Yeah. And then there have been other photographers who have taken pictures of famous works and then sold them as their own. And there's like a whole debate in the art community about like at what point does the artwork like transfer its ownership from the original artist to the new artist. And and then it goes into like copyright and rights to reproduction and have you transformed it enough? Like if you transform it enough, then it's okay.
Yeah.
But like but that in itself is subjective.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. So that's only going to get, I feel like, more dangerous and worse with like some of the AI stuff that's going around right now. But yeah, so that's a big thing with like fanfic.
It's weird, the whole art thing because like with music, like if it's has a similar like tone or something, that person can get credit to the music, Yeah. If that makes any sense. Like I think there's like this like Ed Sheeran song that has the beat to like one of like Salt and Peppers, I think, like songs, and they end up getting like some sort of money towards it because
I think he won that case.
Oh, he did?
I think he did.
Okay, yeah. But like it's like stuff like that where it's just like it's like little hints, and so like people can get, so it's like why is it you don't hear it as often when it comes to like art? I feel like just crazy. Also, go ahead.
Yeah, it makes me think of that TikTok song that's going around. I was like, I'm looking for a man in finance, and it's like the original poster.
That's gonna be stuck.
She was just like, yeah, and then people turned it into like a club mix or like reggaeton mix. Yeah. And like, is the original poster getting compensated for it? Like, I would want to get compensated if something I made went viral that way. And like now we're all like, I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. Like that's all of us right now.
I think the thing with that though is like if you post certain things like on TikTok or on Instagram or whatever, you're giving permission for other people to download it or use it or whatever. So you kind of give away any sort of, I guess, rights you would have to that stuff when you make it public like that on those kind of platforms or whatever. That's the only shit. That's the shitty part.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because who hasn't heard that fucking song?
It's all over the place right now.
It is all over the place. You said something earlier like I'm looking for, and I literally said the words in my head for the song. Can't escape it.
Oh, that's too much.
Liana's adjusting her light, everybody.
That's better.
That's funny. How do y'all feel about people saying you shouldn't be able to rate fanfic?
That's weird.
I don't think I've ever heard people talk about that.
Yeah, I've heard people say, like, if you're gonna give it a bad rating, to, like, not rate fanfic. And I'm just like,
I've heard, I think I've seen a video of someone being like, if you're gonna give a book 3 or less stars, don't even rate it. And it's like, but
that's not. I do agree with, like, if you're gonna post a review, especially on like Instagram or something, and it's gonna be a shitty review, don't tag the author. That's such a dick move.
yeah.
Like,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
like leave them alone. If you didn't like it, that's fine. You are
Yeah.
Why
entitled
would
to
you
your
do that?
opinions and your feelings, but you don't have to be an asshole
Yeah.
about it.
No, they do. They have to be an asshole because that's the only part. No, that's the only part of their sorry existence that gives them any sort of joy.
Mm-mm.
But see, what it does though is it ruins things for like the rest of us that want to tag authors in good things, but then authors aren't looking at anything they're tagged in because, like, if it's something an asshole tagged them in, like,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I did have an author's mom like one of my tags before.
Oh.
That was an
That's
accomplishment.
nice.
And Bryn Weaver follows me on Instagram now.
That's so cool.
And she's liked my stuff before.
Aw. That's cool.
But yeah, Pierce Brown, the author of Red Rising, I tagged him in one of the posts I did of his books, and his mom liked it.
Aw.
Okay, so I heard Pierce Brown is a problematic author. Is this true?
I don't think so. Who the fuck said that?
I haven't heard anything.
I've seen Elaine sent me a video that got me all fired up because the woman was like, I'm not going to read Red Rising because it's a male main character. I'm like, okay, bye, bitch.
Okay, well, that's just
That's just personal preference, but I'm just like, I get that, like, the whole video was like unhinged reasons why you don't read books. I totally get that. Like, there are stupid reasons why I haven't read books, but I'm just like, that's not going to be one of them for me.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at what did Pierce Brown controversy.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Mm-mm.
It's mostly just about the book and how racism and classism are a theme in his.
That's the whole fucking point of the story.
Yeah, I guess someone wrote, "How come we're in the future, but we haven't transcended this?" It's like, well, it's his book. He can do what he wants to do.
Yeah, we've gone into the future, and it's kind of like that's how things progressed to that point, and it's not good. And the the main character and his friends are trying to like reverse that.
They just don't like his book.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Which is valid. You don't have to like
So
everybody's
someone
stuff.
said I was scrolling on Red Rising TikTok because some of them are really cool, and then there's a section of Book Talk that tries to shit on it for its misogyny, and they said like, you're picking up a dystopian novel. Like, did you expect it to be sunshine and rainbows? Like, okay.
I also have a very biased opinion. I've read those books multiple times and I love them, so I'm not going to say anything bad about them.
If it's dystopian, like, clearly there's something wrong with the society of the book you're reading. Like,
exactly.
it's called Red Rising, which implies some kind of revolution. So,
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
okay. I don't know. I mean, okay, I am a feminist and I like feminist works, but then I can also use my critical thinking skills and be like, "Hey, how is this book? What's it about? What are the themes?" Am I coming at it because I'm like, "Ugh, how rude. Like, they shouldn't treat women that way or whatever," but I'm like, "Well, considering that the real world could be dystopian." Like,
yeah, right?
you just come at it with your critical thinking skills.
Yeah, I think more people could use that.
Yeah, there are some romance novels where I don't like the romance. I'm like, ugh. But then I'm like, okay, I can see how some people could like this. I don't like it, but I can see how some people like it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think if you're gonna put any sort of work out there, then it's going to be subject to criticism.
Mhm.
And unfortunately,
Mhm.
there are going to be people that don't like it. There are going to be people that are mean about it. There are going to be people that are respectful about it, but I don't think it's fair to say like, oh, you can't rate a fanfic because it's a fanfic. If I'm able to count it towards my reading goal as a book, now granted,
Yeah.
me personally, I have been backing off on putting star ratings on things on Goodreads and StoryGraph lately. But that's a personal choice. If someone wants to rate something 1 star, I'm not going to say like, oh, they can't do that. The only time I'd say like, oh, you shouldn't do that is if you've never read the book. Then you probably shouldn't be putting opinions on it. But
I don't understand people who say no. Like, it's still literature.
yeah, I agree.
And I think maybe because some people are like, I know that with fanfic, like I know that with Cassian in particular, the Cassian that people like on TikTok is not necessarily the Cassian that's in the book. And
oh, okay.
and so maybe they're comparing the actual character to the fanfic, but I think if it's fanfic, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also people's argument is that like, oh, like people that are writing fanfic are just doing it for like the fun of it. I'm just like, but it's still a work of literature that you're putting out there.
I mean, there are fanfics that are like 1,000 pages. Like at that point, they're just performing free labor.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been dedicated to something that intensely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. I can read series that are super long. So, I mean, I can be dedicated to large works
but like
of
reading it and then writing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like I don't know how Sarah J has anything left in her head. Like she has.
Some people just have like such well, think of like Stephen King.
Yeah.
That man has written so many freaking books. I'm just like, how do you keep coming up with shit?
Maybe there's some kind of neurospicy.
Yeah, it's gotta maybe it's gotta be something.
Like it has to be like what, the TISM, the ADHD, the something. Like to just keep coming up with that and continuing it. It becomes their own obsession, basically.
Yep. It pays the bills for them, so they're gonna keep doing it.
Well, I like the
R.L. Stine too.
Yeah, but he writes small volumes.
Yeah, but he's still written a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And some of his stuff is like thick. I think in his like writing memoir, he talks about writing like a certain amount of time every day, and that's what he does.
Okay.
Even if it's just a stream of conscious like this, he will just like write. Just write
it.
Yeah,
it's working for him.
Yeah.
It is working for him.
I'm really tempted to write my own book. Like really tempted.
Do it.
I know,
like
but I don't know before, like when I would get around to it.
You just got to write little bits here and there.
Yeah.
When you have time.
Well, cause like
set like a timer. I've been setting timers for stuff lately. That's working for me. Just be like 30 minutes and just write something.
Yeah. I have some stuff written on my notes app, and then like whenever I get another idea, I'll put it in there. But
yeah,
then
same.
I'm like, what if it's all for nothing? Because I'm already thinking like, what if I make no money off of this?
So that's why you do it for yourself.
Yeah.
No, but I also
don't worry about
to
other.
publish it.
Well, yeah, but like, and I could talk to somebody for you if you'd like. that can help with that because her and her friend are indie published. But and like they do, they have an actual editor and all that kind of stuff. Well, it's like when we were texting, all three of us in our group message, what was that, last year or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Writing down all these like ideas and plot plans for like a book or whatever. I typed them all up. They're on my laptop somewhere.
I mean, we basically rewrote Vampires of El Norte. So
yeah, we did the other day, didn't we? Liana, you need to write a Mexican Van Helsing.
Yeah.
See, like I don't know, because like I'm afraid it wouldn't be Latine enough because I don't speak Spanish fluently. I don't, and
Uh-oh. Liana, no, you froze.
Oh no.
Come back, Liana.
Come back to us.
The internet couldn't handle her passion.
I was trying to think of what to say in like the book when she tries to bring back people. So like, come back to us, Ileana.
She's back.
You back?
yeah. Anyway, I was saying I don't even know anymore. All right.
Oh, I thought you froze again. Oh my god.
No. I don't know. Maybe it's just Spectrum. Maybe that's my issue.
Maybe.
Maybe I should have just gotten the AT&T fiber hookup.
Okay, you were saying you wouldn't think that.
Oh,
It'd be Latina enough?
well, like I wouldn't. I don't know. I guess I would have to do some research and make sure.
Yeah.
And get like a consultant or something.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
Because like, so in Tempting Oz, Alex is supposed to be Chicana, but I just felt like she was just throwing like random Spanish words like tortilla.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I felt that too. I felt like the Spanish was a little cringe in that one.
Yeah. Like they had to prove her culturalness, and it just felt, I don't know, like they just throw in like random Spanish words, or she'd be like, "I really miss frijoles," and it's just like, what? Or what did she? Didn't she use? Did she call him pendejo or something? Like I don't remember.
I think
She
so.
called him something.
I feel like she does.
And he's
Yeah.
like, "Why are you?" And we're like, "Why are you calling me that?" And she's like, "Oh." And he's like, "You know what translates all languages?"
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And she's like, "I know now."
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want it to feel like that. Like I want the representation, but I don't want it to be like, "Ay caramba," you know? Or "Ay ay ay."
Yeah. No, I understand that. I think you could do it though. You can make it happen.
Yeah.
I would say we should talk about our book ideas, but then someone might steal them.
Yeah. Everything we talk about is copyrighted, by the way.
Right? It is all ours.
It's all ours. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, I know not all readers go through this, but yeah, I've felt an urge recently to like want to like actually write something. Probably never publish it or anything like that, but I don't know, I just want to write.
Yeah.
I've done that. There's times where I've had dreams and I'm like, I think this would be a good book. But then like I'm writing down my dream and I'm just like, never mind, this is trash.
Aww.
I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it made sense. Yeah.
I just want to write like, I guess like start off with like short stories or something maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
So they don't have to be completely thought out. And you could technically put them on like AO3 and stuff. It doesn't have to be fanfic on there.
Yeah, but then I don't want people printing out my stuff and selling it.
Hey, that means it's good.
I've read
that means
threads.
I'm not getting my money.
I've read threads on Twitter. Like people will put like screenshots of like their notes on Twitter, and it'll be like a thread of a story.
You could do there's like different ones where they're like AO3 and stuff where you can write it by chapter or whatever, but it's behind like a paywall. So like people have to pay for like a subscription kind of thing. I think Amazon has one. Was it like Vella or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm also in a reading slump right now. Like nothing is pulling me in.
I'm having a hard time also.
Have y'all started A Little Life?
No.
I'm starting it this weekend when I'm traveling.
Okay.
I'm taking it with me.
I think I'm on like chapter 2 of The Tainted Cup now, which is it's good. I haven't had any interest in just to sit down and read. And then I did just I listened to the audiobook of Bride by Allie Hazelwood, even though I read the book already. So that was excellent.
How was it?
I love it. I liked reading it, and then I liked listening to it. The narrator did a good job.
I was talking to my coworker about Iron Flame. So I've read 2 chapters of Iron Flame. And I stopped and started A Little Life. Maybe I'll.
How far are you in A Little Life?
About 50 pages in.
Okay.
Maybe a little over 50.
Have you cried yet?
No, but there are parts like you're learning a little bit of their backstories at the beginning, I feel like. Okay. And you're just like, oh my god, like I'm like a little scared. I'm like, okay, I can kind of see how this could potentially be a crying book.
Oh no. Well, yeah, I told my friends, my friend who's read it, I told her that I'm taking A Little Life on this trip. And she's like, don't read it around other people. And I'm like, but I have like a 10-hour drive. So I'm just gonna be bawling in front of 2 art handlers in a truck, and I can't escape.
If anything, it's gonna be more uncomfortable for them than it is for you.
I feel like people don't cry until like the end, so maybe it's just like an ending kind of thing.
I'm gonna tell them ahead of time, like, if you see me crying, no, you
don't. Right?
Yeah, no, you don't.
What I tell people at work: if you see me crying, just ignore me.
Be like, this is my safe word. Please take the book away when I say this word.
That'll be good.
Yeah, but I'm also bringing Everlasting.
Oh no.
As like my. Oh no! Why?
Come back, Liana.
Is that one sad too? I'm here.
Oh, shit. Well, crap.
Oh, we have 2 of you.
The fuck?
There's 2 of me?
Yeah.
I am a Gemini.
You are a Gemini.
I only see one of me. Are we both talking, or is one frozen?
Oh, there we go.
There it
we
goes.
go. One's gone.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
It disappeared.
Well, this episode's going to be very
but I was
interesting.
saying, yeah, I was saying I'm going to also take Everlasting so that I could read that in between A Little Life.
Oh. How do we want to do that? Because that was supposed to be like a judge a book by its cover episode thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I wanted to like maybe do a before and after, like, so we talk about it before we even start reading it, like our predictions and like based off just how it looks kind of thing.
I gotcha.
Does your book, Liana, have the what's it called when it like it moves the cover?
The
Yeah,
holographic
it has
key.
Yeah, holographic cover.
Was it
Yeah.
holographic? Holographic? Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I was showing some friends yesterday, and I was like, "Look at this book that I got!" And like the man like appeared and disappeared, and they're like, "What is that?" Yeah.
Well, how do y'all feel about when we finish this episode, we can just like record a short little thing of what we think, do the predictions and judging by its cover, and I can just save that for a later date if you want.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
promise that my internet will hold.
That's okay. We'll do our best. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. What were you were going to say something, Elaine?
Oh, yes. If you're going to annotate,
Mm-hmm.
I started off by like doing emotions, but now I'm like, I should have done color but coded by the characters because there's like 4 different characters. And so sometimes I'm like, okay, wait. This we're talking about this person now. Okay. So
Okay,
like,
that's good to know. Because
yeah.
I was just gonna go like by chapter and just pick a different highlighter and whatever per chapter, but
Yeah.
that's good to know. I should do character.
I was like, I would probably do character. And that's how like the person on my book I think did it. And I was like, man, I should have taken that as a hint to do it by character. But I did it emotionally, and then I just gave up on that. And I'm just highlighting and trying to note on who's who.
Okay.
Like I have a notebook now and I'm writing notes so I can remember like who's who.
Yeah. Love
Mhm.
it. Yeah, I bought special highlighters because the paper is like super thin.
I'm just gonna raw dog it and see how it goes.
Raw dog. um. Okay. What else do we want to discuss this episode? Do y'all want to discuss like the special edition stuff, or I know it says we've been recording for an hour, but I don't know how much of that is going to be pauses. Since we keep losing you, Liana.
According to my side, you've only been recording for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what? Special editions are a cash grab. That's all they are.
I can see. Yeah, I can agree with that. I am a sucker for them, but I can definitely agree with that.
I don't think
I'm very
I've
picky
ever bought
on
a
them.
special edition of anything. I was gonna say my special editions are the different languages that Elaine gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the multiple languages for like books that like I really really love. And then I don't mind buying special editions, but I am picky because I was like, I want something different, you know, or I want something that's creative and that's like you can tell that they obviously read the book and understood it and created art based off the book. And sometimes I feel like you don't get that. It's just like the same art with like a different color scheme, and it's just like you know, or it's just plain. I don't know. Sometimes I will like be like, well, I do like this cover better than the original, but
I'm finding with a couple of books that I really like, that just like the other language editions are just getting way cooler covers.
Yeah.
Like it's just the regular like thing and they look so freaking cool. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why did ours suck?
I know. Yeah.
With Victoria Aveline, like her first covers, like they were so Photoshop looking, and now she's coming out with all these cool ones.
Yeah, the discreet ones, they're pretty.
Yeah, which don't matter to me because I do Kindle, but
yeah. But yeah, no, I I'm a sucker for some special editions. I do have a couple. I have multiple copies of some books that are my favorite, or book series. But I mean, like, so what prompted this mostly was that video Elaine sent of a woman who literally had enough copies of what was it, Fourth Wing?
I think so.
I think it was Fourth Wing. She had so many different copies of Fourth Wing that it was almost as tall as her, like the stack of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, if you have disposable income, you spend your money on whatever you want. I don't care. Like, but do you really need that many copies? I get that they're pretty. They were all different, but damn.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would ever have that many copies of a single book. Maybe one day I'll have that many copies of something, but as of right now, I think the most I have is like 2 or 3 copies of certain series.
Somehow I ended up with like 5 copies of Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
But I gave them away.
I have 15, I think, last time I checked.
I don't know what
from different like publishers. Different editions, like anniversary ones. Multiple languages. One in Romanian, which is really cool.
That's so cool.
Different Spanish. I even have like one in European Spanish as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if anything else I have multiple. Well, I do have 2 Choosing Theos now. I have the discrete and the non-discrete one. I have 2 The Left Hand of Darkness. I have like just start playing regular paperback, and then the Folio Society, like special with the book slip and everything's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think, what is that?
Yeah, I have multiple copies of the Red Rising series. I have multiple copies of all of Michael J. Sullivan's books, except for one of his series, but they're in the mail at some point, so I'll be getting multiple copies. And then I
have like 4 different versions of Aristotle and Dante Discovers the Secrets of the Universe.
Yeah, I have 3 copies of Butcher and Blackbird. And I'll soon have 2 copies of Leather and Lark, which is the second one.
Have you read Leather and Lark yet?
Not yet, no. With Butcher and Blackbird, I got the indie published one before they got taken down. And then I got her published, like traditionally published one. And then I got the hardcover copy from Book of the Month. And then, I got the regular Leather and Lark copy. And then Book of the Month had one. So I was like, yep, I'm going to get that. So I'll have a hardcover copy.
Oh, we got in a paperback of Butcher and Blackbird. But I got distracted and they put it out before I could get it.
Oh.
Because how had to do my job. Then when I went to go find it, when I remembered, it was gone.
Damn.
Gosh, don't you hate when they make you do your job?
I know.
Yes.
It's like, no, I'm just here to like socialize and not do anything.
No.
Oh, I forgot. I have 2 copies of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Oh, yeah.
I have 2 copies of the Crescent City series by SJM, but that's like not my favorite one.
Why do you have 2?
I have sprayed edges editions and regular editions because they're cool. I want here's the problem is I want to buy the Throne of Glass ones from there's ones I really wanted, but you have to buy them as the whole set and it's fucking expensive. Like I'll have to save up some money for that. I do have 2 copies of the first book because I have like a special edition copy of Throne of Glass itself, but I think that's all. Technically, I have multiple copies of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but they're also technically my husband's.
Oh yeah, I do have 3 different books of The Hobbit. Even though I haven't read it. But I love them.
I only have like 20 books on my shelf. So.
Do you have any what this week stuff? Well, I know Elaine's reading A Little Life.
Yes. I started A Little Life.
I guess I need to start that soon.
I will start A Little Life. I really don't want to, but we made a deal and I will do it. And then the minute I finish it, I'm donating it. The minute I finish this book, I'm donating it. I'm getting this bad energy out of my apartment.
I'll keep mine.
Yeah, I highlighted mine, so I feel weird. I actually highlighted.
I was like, this is gonna be one of the first books I am like going to highlight in.
Yeah.
Which is weird for me.
Yeah. You should have seen me the first time. I was like, ugh.
I had to ease into it. I like highlighted that's okay. Because I was gonna do like each chapter a specific color or whatever. So like I highlighted the chapters, but that's okay. It's my book. I'll write in it if I want to, however I want to. But I'm gonna take your advice. I am gonna switch to characters. Make each color a character.
I'll just see how it goes.
Alrighty.
I finished Bridgerton. I'm all caught up.
All of it?
Yeah, I finished all of it. I really like
No spoilers. I still haven't watched it.
Still haven't watched it. I just started Queen Charlotte.
I do need to watch that one. One.
I just finished the first episode.
Favorite one. Queen Charlotte is so good. That made me cry. There's not a lot that makes me cry, but that made me cry.
Aww.
I know. It brought out all the mush in me.
Well, we'll have to do some Bridgerton content then when we're all 3 caught up.
Yeah.
I need y'all to read some of the books so we can talk about them.
I have a bunch of them are included right now on Audible and like Spotify. So at some point, if they're still available, I'm going to try to listen to some of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, listener, for joining us. Please rate and review our podcast and follow us on our socials listed in the description. We also have a Discord if anyone wants to join for monthly book discussions. Please email or DM us topics, questions, and book recommendations. Have a lovely day and week. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.